All right, y'all. Today I want to talk about leverage trading to make massive gains. And I just made $600 in a matter of minutes leverage trading Bitcoin. And what I want to do in today's video is I want to show you how you can use leverage to your advantage so that you can use a very small amount of money, risk a very, very small amount of money, and make a massive return on your investment. And this is actually going to be the first video in a series of videos where I take a small account and grow it into a very large account, and I want to document the process. So I'm currently long on Bitcoin right here from the bottom, pretty much, and I want to walk you through how I was able to get into the trade, my mindset, my process, and all this. So first of all, this is a trade that I had given in advance in my VIP Discord yesterday morning. This was the setup given. Okay, I drew exactly what I wanted to see on Market Cipher, and I drew exactly what I wanted to see the price to do. Now, if anybody is new to this channel, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to share is going to be some juicy info, guys. Now, if anybody doesn't know what Market Cipher is the indicator I use to trade. This is what I wanted to see. The trade did get triggered this morning. Boom. And I actually entered this trade not only on the demo account that I'm using here, where I'm going to grow this small account into a large account, but also I entered this trade from my real account at the same time. So I'm actually in two positions right now. Okay, it all begins this morning, where I was creating a new account. This is actually an older account that I have here, okay? This is an older account that I have, and I put $1,200 worth of Bitcoin into the account. And my goal here is to grow this $1,200 into tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, all right? And it absolutely can be done, guys. It absolutely can be done, okay? Then what I did was I came over into TradingView, and first of all, the trade that I'm using right now, is very high leverage. And if you are going to use high leverage, you need to be an experienced trader. This is very important. And so what I did was I actually drew what I wanted to see on the chart. And a lot of you know, if you follow my channel, what I was really looking for on the 1 hour time frame was I was looking for what I like to call an uneven butt cheeks pattern on the Market Cipher indicator, which gives you a very, very, very high probability of a massive bounce, okay? And so I wanted to see us come down to this exact level with an uneven butt cheeks pattern on Market Cipher B, okay? What is the analysis I was doing? I was on the toilet when I did this, guys, just so everyone knows. I was taking a dump while I was doing this video here, okay? And then what I did was I came over to Bybit and I placed my limit orders. Now, I want to talk about leverage and margin because this is something that's very important if you are a new trader. People do not understand what is margin and what is leverage. And if you understand these things, it will totally change the way you look at trading, okay? Now, let's say we have an account of $1,200 and we're going to compare 1x leverage, and we're going to compare 10x leverage, and we're going to compare 100x leverage, okay? This is kind of what it would look like. 10x leverage, we have $1,200 in the account. This would be this, right? Okay, $1,200. And okay, so if we have $1,200 in an account and we are using 1x leverage, if we put 10% of the account on the trade, right? See over here on Bybit, where it says 10, 25, 50, 75, 100. This is how much of your account you want to risk on a trade, okay? This is how much of the account you want to risk on a trade. If I have 1x leverage turned on up here where I can choose my leverage, I only use isolated and I go to 1x and I click 10%. Then I will put $120 onto the trade. If the trade gets liquidated, I will lose $120. If I use 10x leverage, okay, then what happens is I can put 10% of my account onto the trade, right? But instead of being able to put only $120 on the trade, now I can put $1,200 on the trade, but I'm still only risking $120. I'm still only risking 10% of my actual account. Your actual account is called the margin, okay? Leverage does not affect your actual account. So because I'm using 10x leverage, I'm risking 10% of my account by clicking this 10. I can put $1,200 onto the trade. If I get liquidated, I only risk $120. Now, crank it up to 100x leverage, 10% of your account, you can put $120,000 onto the trade while you're only risking $120. Do you see how powerful leverage can be? If you know what you're doing, you can take a very small amount of money. You can risk a very small amount of money and make a very large amount of money because you're making profit on $120,000, right? And that's pretty much what I've done here. We can see if we go back to my orders, right? These orders were $46,000, $25,000, $25,000, almost $100,000 of orders here. And I only have $1,200 in my account, right? $100,000 trade, only $1,200 in my account, only risking the $1,200. Worst case scenario, I lose $1,200. But the best case scenario is I'm making profits on over $100,000. Okay? And we can see that the only thing that will change is our liquidation price. If I go to 1x leverage here and I go ahead and click buy, our order cost, this is how much we're risking. This is our margin. The order value, this is what we consider our leverage. This is how many contracts we're actually putting on the trade. Worst case scenario, if I get liquidated, I only lose 0.0017 Bitcoin. Now my liquidation price is 31K, meaning price has to dump all the way to $30,000 before I lose everything. Now if we crank it up to 100x leverage, okay, now we can see that I'm still risking virtually the same amount of Bitcoin, right? Instead of 0.0017, it's 0.0018, minuscule. But I'm able to put onto the trade, right? I'm able to put 0.15 Bitcoin, okay? This is 100 times more Bitcoin than I was able to put on with 1x leverage, but I'm still only risking the same amount of margin. But notice my liquidation price. Liquidation price is 59.6K, meaning price has to go down much less before I lose everything, right? And so the goal should be to find a good balance. If you are trying to take a small amount of money and grow it into a large amount of money using leverage trading, you need to find a good balance of leverage where you know that your entries are on point enough where, let's say 25, 50x leverage, you know it's not going to get liquidated. And if, but you know it still has a little bit of playing room, right? And so after I figure all these things out, I place my 3 orders and I got my $1,200 here. And, you know, I am just planning on my trade, right? This is the trade I'm going to take. All my 3 orders are stacked here around 66K. I'm getting ready for action, all right? So what happens next? What happens next is I start to plan out my trade, right? I'm about to work out in the gym, and I usually work out while I've got my trade charts open and stuff. And I'm just waiting patiently. And as I'm waiting, I'm looking at Market Cipher, okay? I'm looking at multiple time frames, making sure that what I want to see is happening. What do I want to see here? I want to see uneven butt cheeks forming on the 1 hour. I come down to the 1 minute. I still see what I want to see. Money flow coming up, momentum coming up. We come down to the 1 hour. Let's see, what other time frames did we hit? I'm just waiting here, working out. And okay, and then finally, I check other time frames. This price is coming down. The 6 minute looks good. The 24 minute is looking really good. I'm drawing what I want to see on the chart. By the way, guys, if you want to get into the VIP Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. This is where I post these trade setups and technical analysis every day. We also have a thriving group of traders in here. In addition, guys, if you don't know technical analysis is one of the 3 pillars of trading. If you don't know technical analysis, you are not going to be able to take a small account and flip it in a short period of time. If you want to learn exactly how I trade, exactly how I get these levels, exactly how I use Market Cipher, check out JasonCasperTrading.com, because this course, JasonCasperTrading.com, will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader. This is where I walk you through step by step exactly how I trade, okay? Even if you've never looked at a chart before, we go through all the technical analysis you need to know. We go through how I use Market Cipher. There's actually a 25% discount for Market Cipher in the description. All the trading strategies I use, and how to use mindset and risk management so that you don't blow an account. Powerful stuff, guys. There's currently a 30% discount in the description. It's a really good deal. Check it out. This is literally changing the way thousands of people trade, guys, okay? JasonCasperTrading.com. Okay, so we come back over here to our video, and unfortunately, guys, I had to cut the video before the trade actually got triggered. So the next thing that happens is the trade gets triggered, right? The trade gets triggered right here. Boom. As soon as the trade enters, guys, as soon as the trade enters, right, I need to immediately set my take profits. Now, I didn't tell you this before, but in the previous video, what I was doing is I was measuring where would I take profit right away. where would I take profit right away? Okay, you need to do this if you're using high leverage, because you need to make sure that you lock these trades as winners. And I have gone back and back tested. If we come down to a level of confluence with an uneven butt cheeks pattern on the 1 hour, there is at least going to be a 1% move, at least. And that 1% move was right here at the Fibonacci 618 level at 66,734. So immediately, as soon as that trade gets triggered, what do? I go over here to limit orders, right? And I place a limit take profit at exactly 66,732. I front ran it a little bit. Take 75% out of the trade. Okay, now I've got a 75% take profit up here at the 1% move, right? And this will ensure that I absolutely don't leave the trade with any less than $400, okay? Very important that you do that. And then, of course, I had to go tell my Discord, hey, the trade is triggered, make sure to lock in profits and stuff. And so the trade is going, and boom, okay, we hit take profit 1. Now look at this, I am immediately up $400. Boom, the trade is a guaranteed winner. Now what you need to do is you need to add a stop loss. You need to add a stop loss at your entry to guarantee this will not be a losing trade. So what do I do right away? I go over to take profit stop loss. I come over here and take my entry price. I drag it over here, put it in a little bit higher than my entry just to make sure that the market order won't kill me too much, right? Now, notice this. Even if I get stopped out now, it's still going to be a 14% ROI, meaning I will still be stopped out in profits, right? Very important, guaranteeing a winning trade, okay? Now I'm up $400. I got about 150 left in the tank there, okay? And then, so basically I'm telling people, you know, stop loss to entry, and we just keep going up from there, and I keep setting take profits higher and higher and higher, okay? And so right now, I'm currently still in the trade. The 12-minute time frame just got a money flow crossover to the blue, which is very powerful. However, we do have a very bearish divergence right here, okay? So again, I'm going to let this trade play out, hopefully hitting this take profit target. But unless this momentum wave can come up a little bit higher, we do have a bearish divergence on the 12-minute time frame, which is something that is very, very bearish, okay? So guys, like I said, this is actually a first in a series of videos where I'm going to be taking this small account and growing it into a larger account. I literally just made $600 in minutes, okay? I made about 50%, more than 50% if I close the trade now on my initial margin, right? I'm sorry, on my margin, but also on my entire trading account. And I'm going to grow this account to $100,000 eventually or more, okay? And I'm going to document the process. And I just want to show you guys, it can be done. It can be done. Now, of course, I used 100x leverage here, risked my entire account, meaning I get one chance. Okay, you only get one shot. Do not mess it up, right? Don't mess it up, guys. But, you know, obviously this is higher risk stuff, but you can do this with lower leverage. You can do 10x leverage and only risk 10% of your account. And if you know what you're doing with technical analysis, if you know how to use Market Cipher, you can predict pumps like this. I mean, look at this, guys. We knew in advance in the Discord, patreon.com/Jason Casper, that this was an important level. I knew exactly what I wanted to see on Market Cipher. If you only take the trades where you know what you want to see, you're going to have a very high success rate. A very high success rate. All right, guys, if you have not already, make sure to like the video. If you have not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want to trade on Bybit and do this, guys, I do have a Bybit affiliate link in the description of the video. You can sign up. If you live in a country that doesn't support Bybit, you need to use a VPN. Obviously, it looks like my VPN is not doing its thing right now, but that is okay. But yes, the VPN is important, guys. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Leverage trading cryptocurrency on exchanges like Bybit, like PHEMEX, because this is going to go away soon, guys, because of regulations. And this is our chance to make the gains and stack our crypto while we still can, so that as things progressively get worse in the world, we can accumulate resources that will help us and our families and our communities be put in an advantageous situation where we can be a blessing to others around us as the world gets darker. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus the Messiah, Yeshua the Messiah. Peace.